So what are we going to do with Donald Trump after January 20th? How extensive should the prosecutions be? Where do we go with this? Check this out. Leave your comments, ding the bell, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. And I'd love to see your comments in the comments on this video. But here's the question in a nutshell. What do we do about Donald Trump after January 20th? Now, on the one hand, Joe Biden has apparently, he has made no public pronouncements about this, but several people who are close to him have leaked, presumably. I mean, you know, with a leak, you never know for sure if it's true. But some of these leaks have been, you know, from multiple sources that, well, Joe Biden in his public speeches, he said it's a time to heal. But privately, apparently, he said, I don't want to get bogged down in prosecuting Donald Trump. And I completely understand that. And frankly, I think at the level of the president, that he shouldn't get bogged down in prosecuting Donald Trump. But his attorney general, his Justice Department, and at least a couple of different committees in Congress, they certainly, in my opinion, should get bogged down in I mean, he's the most corrupt president, the most criminal president, and has run the most corrupt and criminal administration in the history of the United States. Donald Trump is a corrupt criminal by the standards of New York real estate developers. He's a corrupt criminal by the standards of reality TV game show hosts. You know, Noel Castor is constantly, who worked with him for years on Apprentice, is constantly tweeting about weird stuff, you know, weird facts about Donald Trump and his drug use and his abusing women and his, all this. I mean, this guy, anyhow, former presidents normally don't go to jail. In fact, I'm pretty sure we've never had a former president go to jail. Jimmy Carter won the Nobel Peace Prize after he left the White House, but, you know, never went to jail. And so what do we do? Should this just be left to the states? Should the Justice Department be prosecuting? I'm of the opinion that the Justice Department, at the very least, should be looking into the clear violations of federal law. There are multiple violations that have already been documented of campaign finance law by the Trump campaign in 2016, by the Trump inaugural committee, by the Trump current campaign for 2020, multiple instances of criminal violations of the campaign finance laws. There are all these violations of the Hatch Act, which says you can't use government property to promote a political party or position. Multiple violations of the Hatch Act that happened not only at the direction of Donald Trump, but also, you know, kind of just independently and enthusiastically by people like Ivanka Trump, you know, hey, buy some Goya beans. Or Kellyanne Conway, you know, go buy some of Ivanka's jewelry. I mean, this grifter family and their grifter buddies, it's mind-boggling. I mean, can you imagine if President Barack Obama had even once suggested that people should buy a product that's manufactured by a donor of his or should buy something from one of his kids? Can you imagine the explosion, the hearings, the hysteria across right-wing media, the news stories, the headlines on Drudge day after day, the op-eds and editorials and screaming coverage over on Fox News? Over and over and over. If Barack Obama had said, hey, Sasha's making jewelry in her bedroom in the White House here and she's selling it online, you can buy some. Man, you know, it would be, you know, stuff, meet, fan, right? He's committed tax fraud. Now, we don't know if he did that while he's in the White House, but he certainly did before. He's committed bank and insurance fraud. He's campaign violations, bribery, attempted bribery, negligent homicide for the way that he handled the COVID pandemic, obstruction, multiple counts of obstruction of justice. But the downside to federally prosecuting Trump is, what if he gets acquitted? Does that tell Tom Cotton, you know, the fascist in waiting, the next Republican president, does that tell him that he can get away with this stuff too? Is it worth the risk? Who should handle those prosecutions? Does Trump actually get more power? Does he become a martyr if he gets prosecuted? Does it give him a brand new opportunity to get himself in the news every single day? So once again, we're obsessively checking our phones for, oh my God, what fresh hell has Donald Trump brought to America? I mean, there's a lot of considerations here. And I think, one of the more important ones, and I'm sure one of the ones that's at the top of Joe Biden's head, is that, one of the hallmarks of third world countries and dysfunctional democracies is that current administrations look back at the so-called crimes of previous administrations and imprison people. I mean, look at what happened in Peru. Look at what happened in Brazil.